It's not just a job when you get to introduce this man. I think about, I can't believe that I'm actually going to be here and introduce this man.
Shellie.
Shellie is here.
Yay!
What can I tell you? Hey, I'm just doing my job. And here he is, Shellie McCain.
Yay! Stand up.
Finish your dinner.
Stand up, Shellie.
Yeah, I know. Stand up. Finish your dinner.
Thank you, Greg. It's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it. Just to follow up about the Liberty Bowl, it's going to be on a Saturday afternoon this year, so that's going to be great. So you guys go ahead and ask off at the car wash so you can get everything lined up to go to the game. It's great to be back with all of you. As we enjoy another season of college football together, some more than others perhaps. For me, the 9 months between the last meeting of the season and our first meeting in the fall are like an intellectual drought. Of course, just listening to Bill's conversation sort of out the side there, the drought continues. It's really hard to make football jokes when most of your schools are doing so well. How many of you saw the undefeated University of Memphis Tigers beat Cincinnati?
Go Tigers!
You got to give Justin Fuente and Kroger all the credit, I think.
That's bad.
Unfortunately, the Tigers got some bad news today. I don't know how many of you are aware of this.
Yeah.
A Memphis lineman was arrested Friday after being pulled over for speeding and has been extradited to his home state of Texas. The Germantown police stopped the young man for doing 89 miles per hour in a 40 mile per hour zone. A lesson, don't speed in Germantown. He told the officer he was just hurrying to the Liberty Bowl to make sure he had a parking spot for the Ole Miss game. Unfortunately, during the stop, the police discovered he was a wanted fugitive. It's unclear what charges he faces in Texas, but I was thinking if he's counting on his U of M teammates to help him with his defense, he'll probably spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Oh, boy. Oh.
In the SEC, 7 schools are in the latest Amway coaches poll. I prefer the Amway poll to the AP poll because the Amway poll uses a multi-level voting system. Coaches can get all their friends involved and earn more voting points that way. The best thing, it's not a pyramid poll. Speaking of polls, kudos to the state of Mississippi. Can I get a do Bears?
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Mississippi is now 3rd in the nation in the rate of adult obesity, down from number 1 the last 2 years. So congratulations, Mississippi. Unlike Ole Miss, Memphis, and Arkansas, South Carolina and Vandy, my schools, are not off to such a good start. At Carolina, we have several injured starters, and we're not very good on defense, just like Memphis. We did rally to beat Central Florida and even our record at 2-2 this weekend. Saturday, our defense looked better in the second half, but whether the Cox can keep it up over the course of the next 7 conference games is anyone's guess.
I got it.
You got it.
Sad news, Yogi Berra died last week at the age of 90, 69 years to the date after he made his major league debut. Watching UT Florida, not Saturday night, I couldn't help but think of the famous Yogi-isms, it ain't over till it's over. Of course, after losing 11 straight to the Gators, maybe a better Yogi quote would be, it's deja vu all over again. People who think I'm funny aren't here tonight. Okay, on the instructional side of my presentation, there are some new NCAA rules this year, both on and off the field. I think you need to know about these. First of all, the SEC and the other Power 5 conferences now pay an athlete's full cost of attendance at their school, not just tuition, room, and board. Players get an actual monthly cash supplement to make up the difference between what their scholarships cover and the full cost of attendance, like travel and other expenses. In the SEC, that cash supplement ranges from a high of $5,666 annually at Tennessee to a low of $2,248 at Kentucky. In fact, Tennessee, Auburn, and Mississippi State all pay their athletes more than $5,000 a year extra. I was really curious about why there's such a big gap in the conference. What I discovered after talking to the SEC office is that the actual cost of attendance for athletes is a lot higher at the University of Tennessee, Auburn, and Mississippi State because of the cost of attorney's fees, bail, fines, and legal incarceration. Tennessee isn't working. There are also 8 or 9 new on-the-field rules. One of them concerns the number of officials on the field during a game. Until this year, the NCAA allowed up to 7 officials. This year, the rule allows up to 8. The 8th official, called a center judge, is positioned in the offensive backfield. His primary job in the SEC is to look for on-field recruiting violations during the game. This rule change was purportedly approved as a result of the hiring of Lane Kiffin as offensive coordinator at Alabama. And just to finish out tonight, there were a lot of crazy Lane Kiffin rumors on Twitter last week, all of them completely unverified. Nevertheless, once that stuff gets out on the internet and into the social media, it's impossible to control. That's why I want to get ahead of a story I am told may soon appear in the social media. On advice of my attorneys, I am here to state unequivocally that there is no truth to the allegation that I am Lane Kiffin's love child. Thank you.
Go, Shellie!
I know that we all appreciate the educational sessions that Shellie